I shot a man and I heard him fall. I heard his desperate dying call. I saw his eyes grow dim and shade. I saw his color drain and fade. I didn't know that final blow would claim his life and end it so. I wash to clean these hands because I shot a man. I shot a man. Now all I see is red, the shade of history. It's love and blood and hate the same. It burns my conscience with its flame. I couldn't tell the requiem bell would ring and bring this living hell. Now heaven's heights I cannot span because I shot a man. I shot a man because I knew my darkest depths he'd peer into. He saw inside this heart of sin. He saw his door start climbing in. He looked at me and I could see the cost of immortality. I shot him through the feet and hands. My God, oh God, I shot a man.
mother's scream. I tried to breach the threshold, but I was too small to reach the handle. What was this vision that called me in the dead of night? Was it a dream I had out of another life, or an echo returned from childhood? Could never take the smallest show of weakness. We watched them bury her alone, and held every tear that may attempt to break for freedom. I crushed my pulse against a headstone. What was this vision that called me in the dead of night? Was it a dream I had of another life, or an echo return from childhood? Breath for what is this? Fate's been jilted by a twist, a search for words to free my lips. No metaphor will fit this matchless beauty. Her stately dress, her perfect form, the gentle raising of her arms, her shoulder owned by brazen flocks of swirling raven locks that flow like mercy into the driest depths in me.
Hello? I have a question. Could you make suggestions? Is there anybody here? I hear my mind. Tell me. Disappear. I've traveled far. I have no time. I have no time. This is my only chance to find something else to you.
When will I overcome this fear?
I came inside. It wasn't locked. Is there no keeper of this shop? Waiting for my chance to breathe.
Would appear.
I dare not let her leave me here.
There's no one here. I am alone, it would appear, and then I there's no one here. Just when I thought my time had passed, love showed charity at last, but now she's heading for the door, and I couldn't speak before. She fled and left me. Where is the courage that I need?
There's no one here.
mature philosopher. But hardened hearts are no defense when you have a softer hand. Lady, wisdom cannot rest in a man without a chance.
Trojan forward, dauntless, for I know of no place like a home. Though this could be my magnum opus, my labor must remain unnoticed, swift as a ghost and blurred out from their focus. A camera for her eyes, this time beats for her mind. These heirlooms forsaken, reclaimed and made into my grand device, with a wax cylinder sonata, a wax cylinder sonata for voice, 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 voice.
I was sure that flesh caused sorrow, and bones were just the crutches for the callow and the hopeless romantics who reveled in their superstitions. I couldn't be convinced that love's not primitive, or set aside for rebels, fools, and total savages that rejected the sharpened edge of our new heritage. Beauty could save the I find my spirit in the bottle, but oh, that bottle, oh, that bottle, oh, that bottle, oh, that bottle.
prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitant.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would.
This is a long hesitation. There's so many
questions and
should the human race survive?
Transhumanism is this, the ideal was this radical transformation where your transhumanism, human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body. Yeah, transhumanism.
What can be done when the world has lost its class? Wrecking ships for love of all things fast. Though culture slows its need for speed avails. So burn the coal and
transhumanism.
We point to progress with the hope it will distract from crimes against the wisdom of the past. Now stacks of smoke and ash are casting trails where the air had once prevailed. So tell me, what do we need with the sun? Now we have an electric one to melt every shadow away, turn the night into day. So give a shout of farewell. Now we know we can build it ourselves, but oh, we said so long. We forgot we were human.
Yeah, transhumanism. The critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough, and you need to transform your whole self.
We stand on shoulders of the giants of before, but unlike them we see beyond the shore. The world's gateway, we played a game of chase on the bit to win the race. What do you need with these vanities and charms? Sell you find a reason, take up arms. And at the front these spines are guaranteed Allied victory. So tell me, what do we need with
Yeah, transhumanism. Transhumanism.
electric one to melt every shadow away, turn the night into day. So give a shout of farewell. Now we know we can build it ourselves, but oh, we stared so long. We forgot we were human. What do we need?
Yeah, transhumanism. That transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul. And you need to transform your whole self. There's some ways that you're messed up. With God's help, you are supposed to transcend that and overcome that. With God's help. With God's help. With God's help. I would
Should the human race survive?
Yes.
It isn't that the fever's leaving me, it's soaring higher. My hope
is rising with the mercury, and it stokes the fire, though it will not burn this body. When death has trampled dying, the phoenix will arise. So let these scars become taller than mountains, rising above the storm. We now see further time.